how to actually get abs. And by get abs, I mean see abs, because listen, we all have abdominal muscles. You would not be able to stand up straight or sit up straight without them. You would literally just fall over like a limp little noodle if you didn't have them. However, most of our abs are hidden by a layer of fat that we need to get rid of in order to see them. And listen, I'm not here to try to sell you on some crazy 2-week challenge that has a promise of seeing abs by the end of it, because I'm gonna break this to you gently. That's simply not possible. You're not gonna see really any fitness results, whether it be getting abs, getting a fat ass, getting super toned arms in only 2 weeks. It takes much more time than that, and I honestly hate how the internet feeds you this information of do this program, do these exercises, do X, Y, and Z in order to get abs. This video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to actually achieve abs and actually see your abs with sustainable actions that will help you in the long term. I know a lot of people want quick fixes on here and on the internet, but truly, you're just wasting your time. And honestly, I wish I could go back to baby Katie when I was first starting my fitness journey and tell her to not believe the lies and to find sustainable long-term solutions to her fitness goals, because truly that's the only thing that's going to help you see any kind of fitness results. Like I said before, we all have abs, you just can't see them. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 key things that are going to help you see your abs. And I'm also going to sprinkle in a little fun ab challenge that I'm doing right now, which again, it's just a challenge for my actual strength of my abs, not to see my abs. To clarify, let's break down those 3 things. Number 1, and the most important, which you guys all probably know, is your nutrition. Number 2 is obviously exercise. It's really hard to lose any weight without doing any form of exercise, and also properly engaging your core while doing said exercise. And lastly, you're gonna hate me when I say this, cardio. But we'll get into all of those in depth. So starting out with nutrition, you've probably heard this before, but abs are truly made in the kitchen. You can put in so much work in the gym, in the studio, wherever form of exercise you like to do. However, if your nutrition is not locked down and you're just eating whatever you want, whenever you want, you're really not going to see many results. And that's really what is affecting your fitness goals and why you might not be able to reach said goals. There's that layer of fat that is hiding your abs from view. That being said, we also cannot spot reduce fat. So if you think about your overall body, obviously there's fat on your stomach, and for certain people, depending on your genetics, we hold fat in different areas. For example, my problem area is the back of my legs, one of the areas that I honestly have been very self-conscious about my whole life. It's just a reminder that for some people, they hold their weight in their stomachs, some people in their legs, some people in their upper body. That's all up to genetics. We cannot spot reduce fat. So what we essentially have to do is lose an entire layer of fat over our entire body. So those people that are trying to sell you seeing abs in 2 weeks by doing specific exercises, it's simply a lie, because you cannot target one muscle group and expect to lose fat in only that area. If you could, all of us would have abs, let's be honest. In addition to that, which also might suck, and I've definitely noticed in my cutting journey, you will lose fat in other areas of your body that you may or may not want to. For example, as I've been cutting down, I have noticed my big fat juicy thing back there has been getting smaller, which is okay. I'm honestly really loving how my body is looking, but that's kind of one of the drawbacks. I know you probably hear it all the time, the dilemma of growing a fat juicy booty or having a flat stomach. For a lot of people, it's really hard to maintain both. So you kind of have to pick and choose which one you want. It's definitely achievable to have both. It's just a lot harder for some people than it is for others. So the question is, how do we reduce body fat? In addition to regular exercise, we need to put ourselves in a calorie deficit. Before we get into what an actual calorie deficit is, let's do a quick breakdown of just macros and calories in general so you guys have a full understanding. So let's start with maintenance. And this is honestly the state that you should be in for majority of your lifetime. With calorie deficits and surpluses, you don't want to be staying in those periods for an extended period of time, nothing more than a couple months at a time before coming back to your regular maintenance. What is maintenance? Maintenance calories are the amount of calories you need to be consuming on a daily basis in order to maintain your current weight. This number reflects the total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, and is a number that is highly specific to each individual. That is why you won't see people sharing, well, at least people like me won't be sharing to you my exact macros, because what works for me and what is my maintenance calories will more than likely not be your maintenance calories. That is all due to the fact that maintenance calories are calculated based on your weight, your age, your gender, your activity level, all things that are very specific to you as an individual. To dive a little bit deeper, give you guys a little bit more detail so that you can truly understand what these numbers mean, and maybe even help rewire your brain to help you understand why eating more can actually help you lose weight. Because I know it sounds super counterintuitive, but I promise you, majority of people are not eating enough calories to sustain themselves, and we'll get into that and why that's detrimental in a little bit. But to start, your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories your body needs to perform its most basic function. So if you think about taking yourself and you lying down, not doing anything, not sitting, not standing, not walking, nothing, that is your BMR, and that is the amount of calories your body needs to function. These are the calories that your body needs to perform its most basic functions, including breathing, circulation, cell production, and nutrient processing. On top of your BMR, if we exercise and do normal daily functions like walking to your car, doing your laundry, anything that involves any sort of movement, that also takes calories and takes energy for your body, and that's more food that we need to eat throughout the day. Lucky for you, we don't need to do any math or any calculations ourselves because there are plenty of online calculators that will help us find out our TDEE, which is essentially our maintenance calories that we need for the day. Now that we have an understanding of what our TDEE is, kind of a tongue twister, let's go ahead and calculate it. I'll put a link in the description for the calculator, and go ahead and input your information, and this will spit you out a number of your maintenance calories. This number is the amount of calories you need to be eating every single day in order to maintain your current weight. Let's pause here for a second. I want you to take a look at that number and think realistically if you're actually hitting that number or anywhere close to it in your daily calories. If I had to guess, and if you're not a person that actually tracks their calories on a daily basis, you're probably eating way less than the number that that calculator gave you. And you may be thinking to yourself, Katie, if I'm eating so many less calories than I'm expected to every day, why am I not losing weight? Here's the kicker, and here's what is so tough and what I think a lot of people need to understand in order to be able to lose weight, because it's honestly not as intuitive as it may seem. If you are eating well below your maintenance calories every single day, you're essentially putting your body into a state which is called starvation mode. Sounds scary, but let me break it down for you. Starvation mode is a state in which your body detects a severe calorie deficit, and what your body wants to do is conserve energy. This response is a survival mechanism evolved to protect you during times of famine. Essentially, when you're not eating enough calories, your body goes into survival mode and it's not sure when it's going to get more food. So here's how this works. When you consistently eat much less than your daily maintenance calories, your body adjusts by actually slowing down your metabolism. So this means that you're actually burning fewer calories because your body is taking in whatever it can get in an effort to conserve energy. With a slower metabolism, you'll likely be experiencing lower energy levels, again, because your body is in that survival state. This is the crazy part. With you eating so much less than your daily maintenance calories, your body is actually taking whatever fat you're giving it and storing it. When your body is in this starvation state, it becomes really efficient at taking whatever little fat that you give it and storing it away, because again, your body is not sure when it's going to get more fuel. And this can actually even lead to muscle loss. Muscle tissues are calorie intensive to maintain, so when your body goes into the survival state, it'll actually start to break down your muscles to use for energy. So to sum it up, when your body is in starvation mode, it's actively working against you if you're trying to lose weight. Instead of losing fat, you conserve it. Instead of gaining muscle, you lose it. And this response is obviously very frustrating, and even over time, it can lead to weight gain. I didn't mean to scare anyone with that starvation mode breakdown, but I just wanted to give you guys a realistic picture of maybe why you're not seeing any weight loss or any progress, because you aren't eating nearly enough food to even just sustain your body in its daily functions. All that being said, once we figure out our maintenance number, a healthy calorie deficit is anywhere from 200 to 500 calories below that maintenance number. Take our maintenance number, whatever that may be, and subtract 200 to 500 calories from that, and that'll be your new daily calorie intake. Once you have that number, I would then suggest going and taking it over into an app like MyFitnessPal or any kind of calorie tracker, especially if you have never tracked your calories or really know much about what foods give you what nutrients. A calorie tracker will really help you to be able to see what combinations of food will give you that end calorie that you're looking for. Once you have that number and you take it into a calorie tracker like MyFitnessPal, we're gonna then break it down into our macronutrients. What I do, and honestly a recommendation that I would give to most people, is the 40-40-20 split. I have talked about this before in previous videos, but essentially it is getting 40% of your daily calories from carbohydrates and proteins and 20% from fat. Once you put your number into MyFitnessPal, it'll give you the actual exact grams for each of those macronutrients. And then all that you have to do is kind of play around with it and see what different foods give you what different macros. That's my whole spiel on nutrition. I can definitely dive deeper into that if you guys want to, so let me know in the comments if you have any specific questions about nutrition. But the biggest thing if you want to lose weight and again see those visible abs is being in that calorie deficit. On to number 2, exercise and actually engaging your core during exercise. Obviously, exercise is a key factor when it comes to weight loss and actually seeing your abs. However, it really doesn't matter what form of exercise you're doing. It could be weight training, it could be running, it could be Pilates, yoga. Honestly, the world is your oyster, so finding whatever form of exercise is enjoyable for you and maintainable for you is super important. The key with all these things, however, is actually engaging your core in every single exercise. And if you're engaging your core specifically with weight training, you honestly don't even need to be doing any additional ab work outside of that. And let me tell you, speaking from my own experience, if you've been following me for a while, you're probably sick of this 6-month comparison that I have, but truly during the 6 months from photo 1 to photo 2, I maybe did 5 to 10 minutes of ab work every single week. That was it. But because I was engaging my core through every single other exercise that I was doing, I was actually working my abs while I was hitting legs or hitting upper body, doing additional work during my workouts so I didn't have to do anything extra outside of them, if that makes sense. Listen, when I was in college, I was dead set on getting abs. And so what did I do? I went to the gym and I did countless ab exercises for hours, for hundreds of reps each week. And what did I get? Nothing. No abs. Literally saw no progress, and I was so frustrated because I just didn't know what I was doing. And I was leaning into those lies of do these ab exercises in order to see abs. My little baby Katie fitness self was just so unknowledgeable, is that a word? Just did not know what the heck was going on and was believing whatever anyone told her about getting abs because that was the goal that she wanted to hit. Please listen to me when I'm telling you all of these things. Those quick fixes are not going to work, and like maybe you will see a little bit of definition in your abs, but I'm telling you, doing countless ab exercises will not get you abs. Maybe for some rare people that will work for them, but again, it is losing that entire layer of fat over the abs in order to see visible abs. So now you're wondering, well, how the heck do I actually engage my core? Not only will this help to actually strengthen and define your ab muscles underneath that layer of fat, it will also help to protect your spine, help prevent any injury while you're working out. In order to engage your core, let's first define what your core is, because your core is not just frontal abdominal muscles that you can see in the front. Your core refers to the central stabilizing group of muscles that surround your spine, including the abdomen, the back, and your pelvic floor. Okay, now that we know what our core is, let's talk about actually activating it during exercise. Engaging your core doesn't mean just sucking in and holding your breath. We want you to actually be able to breathe while you're engaging your core and even be able to talk while you're doing so. You can do this either standing or sitting, but let's practice it together. So I want you to think about sitting tall or standing tall. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, this is hard to do while I'm talking, so I'm gonna walk you guys through it first. As you exhale, think about bracing your abdominal muscles like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. Another way to think about this is after you breathe in, think about having a balloon in your stomach and pressing against the walls of your abdominal muscles to keep that core super tight and stable. This will make your core rock solid and help to protect your spine during compound movements like deadlifting, squats. For example, if you have any lower back pain when you're doing exercises, bracing your core is so helpful in order to protect your spine and keep it from moving in any weird way during any kind of exercise. And this goes for not only weight training, but yoga, Pilates, spin, really any kind of exercise. Our spines are so fragile and we want to make sure that we're protecting them at all times. It might take some practice, but once you have this concept down, bring it to every single exercise that you do. Whether that's weightlifting, running, yoga, whatever it may be, this will again not only keep your spine protected, but also add in that additional ab work during all of your exercises. And finally, probably the one that we all hate the most, cardio. Now, this step is not at all required in order to lose weight and be able to see those abdominal muscles. However, it is probably one of the fastest and easiest ways to do so. When I tell you, for probably the first 4 or 5 years of my fitness journey, I was not doing cardio regularly, and honestly, I kind of hate myself for not doing it sooner because in the last 6 months, again, these pictures exactly, I have shed weight so fast just by actually doing my cardio, which is a crazy concept. And listen, this doesn't mean doing endless amounts of cardio. It's just about being intentional with the cardio that you're actually doing. Adding about 30 to 60 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardio 3 to 5 times a week has been a game changer for me, and I truly believe it can be also a game changer for you. These are the 2 forms of cardio that I have implemented in order to see progress for myself. However, I will go into lots of different ways that you can incorporate cardio into your specific routine. Again, you kind of just have to find out what fits well with your schedule and the things that you enjoy doing. And not that I enjoy this, I have started running. I wanted to challenge myself this year and train for a half marathon, which it's been going good. I have to run 10 miles tomorrow. We'll see how that one goes. But the one really great thing about running is it has helped me shed down so incredibly much. It's actually insane. I should see how much I weigh now because I feel like I'm definitely a lot skinnier, which we love. But again, with that, like I said earlier, definitely losing the booty. So there's obviously certain forms of cardio that are not conducive for muscle growth. So for example, if you're trying to build a fat, juicy ass, build some good muscles, I would not recommend long distance running. I would recommend more shorter form cardio in order to maintain that muscle growth, like incline walking or Stairmaster. But in addition to running, I have also been using the Stairmaster for about 30 minutes. I have recently bumped it up to 45 minutes because I'm going to Costa Rica and I want to be snatched. But on a regular basis, I've only been doing 30 minutes of the Stairmaster after every single one of my weight training days. So right now that's only 3 times a week. And listen, I'm not doing anything crazy. I literally put the Stairmaster to, I think it's either speed 4 or 5, depending on the machine that I'm on. A super easy, manageable pace for me that I can maintain for that 30 minutes. To start, it might feel like it's too easy, but let me tell you, after about 15-20 minutes, I am sweating. The type of cardio that I'm talking about is low intensity steady state cardio. So low intensity steady state, or LISS cardio, the intensity level is about 50 to 65%. So you should be able to still hold a conversation without struggling to breathe. This type of cardio uses fat as its primary source of energy, making it highly effective for fat loss over time. This type of cardio is also great because it helps us to increase our cardiovascular and muscular endurance, which will improve our overall fitness and stamina. This is also a great form of exercise for our active recovery, as it increases our blood flow and helps our muscles recover without adding any extra strain to the body. So when should you be doing this low intensity steady state cardio? My recommendation, and what I personally do, is I do my cardio after my workouts. You absolutely can do them before your workouts, but if you do have goals of muscle growth or strength, I would not recommend them before your workouts, because then you're just using up all your good energy that you have at the start of your workout on your cardio and kind of wasting it there. So again, I would recommend doing it after your workout, or if you don't want to be doing it on the same day as your workout, I would recommend doing them on your active rest days. Those are my 3 keys to seeing visible abs. I promise you, if you stay consistent with your exercising, your nutrition, and your cardio, give it 6 weeks at least, you will not be seeing that fitness progress until 6 to 8 weeks. It's just the truth, and I feel like that's why so many people give up so soon, because they don't see any results. But if you are consistent for 6 to 8 weeks, I promise you, you will be seeing change. Now let's get into my little ab roller challenge that I'm doing. 2 weeks ago, I was in Park City, and I obviously didn't have access to a regular gym, and so we were kind of taking fun random fitness classes here and there. I took a Legree class for the first time, and let me tell you, first of all, that shit kicked my ass, just in general. But the crazy part is we start out with our knees on like the stable part of the megaformer, and then we put our arms on the moving part, and they had us essentially do ab rollers. I couldn't do one, and I was so embarrassed. And after talking with my sister's husband, actually, he inspired me to do this little 2-week ab roller challenge. I'm currently halfway through the challenge. We're 1 week in. Let me tell you, the ab roller is just such a different form of ab exercise that I'm so not used to, and it is extremely challenging. Today, I was actually able to do 5 complete reps, which I am very proud of myself for. The ab roller works like such different abdominal muscles than like I'm used to with doing normal crunches and other ab work. So I'm really excited to see how and if this even transforms my body at the end of the 2 weeks. I think the first day I was able to get like 3 reps. I'll go ahead and put in the clips because I did a little mic'd up video for you guys when I was in the gym. Let's see if I can even do 1 right now, because honestly, I don't even think I can. I did hear that if you pretend like you're squeezing a dime in between your booty cheeks, it helps. I'm honestly kind of nervous because there's so many people in the gym right now, and I'm about to make a fool out of myself. Okay, honestly, I just surprised myself with that. Let's see how many I can get. 2, 3. Honestly, for never doing that in my life, 2 is pretty good. After day 1, I was feeling so good. Honestly, 2 through 4 was a trip. Oh, I'm way sore today.
And black pepper fruit extract. It's like very clean ingredients too.
Excuse me, I need to ab roll. 3. My abs are so sore.
Girl.
Excuse you. Okay, I'm gonna roll over you. I'm gonna roll over you. I was so sore, and it's crazy because I feel like it really works your lower abdominals, which I'm not used to working, I guess, or at least in the way that the ab roller works it, because obviously the extension out is the easiest part. When you're pulling back in, I don't know how to explain it, and like I feel like I'm getting better at actually targeting the ab muscles that it takes to pull your body back into it. It's just such a crazy feeling. You really have to squeeze every single ounce of your body in order for this to be a good exercise. And like I said before, you have to keep your core so engaged, or else I feel like I definitely compromise my lower back if I'm not doing so. After day 4, it's gotten a lot easier in the sense that I'm not as sore anymore when I'm actually going to do my ab roller. Now I'm just kind of trying to focus on form and actually getting to that full extension, because I feel like it's funny. I will do a whole rep or I'll do a whole set and I'm like, oh, that probably looks so good. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I feel like I'm not getting to full extension, and I honestly don't know what technically is full extension on the ab roller. So I'm trying my best to go farther and farther each day, but at the same time, again, I don't want to compromise my lower back and like injure myself in any way while I'm doing it. So kind of trying to find that happy medium. So I'm having fun, I guess, with it. I didn't quite time it right, so I did buy an ab roller. I'm going to Costa Rica. I leave on Thursday, actually. It's Tuesday currently. You guys probably won't see this video until next week when I'm done, but the ab roller is coming with us to Costa Rica. We're halfway through the challenge, but I guess I'll see you guys in Costa Rica when I finish. It's day 15 of the ab roller challenge. I know I said 2 weeks, but we're going a day over, and I did actually, I think I missed 1 or 2 days during the challenge where I just honestly completely forgot to do it one day. It's fine, sue me. At the start of this challenge, we were only able to get, I think it was either 3 or 4 like half-assed reps, like maybe 3/4 of the way down. Last night I got 10, pretty full extension on my first set. So let's go see how many we can do today. Honestly, this has been such a good challenge just to like actually document and see how much progress you truly can make in just 2 weeks. It's crazy in general that I can just do 1 full rep after 2 weeks. Like, I don't know why in my mind ab roller just seemed like the hardest thing to do, but the fact that I can do 10 back to back with full extension, pretty crazy. Let's go see how many we can do until failure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, push it. 2 more, Katie. 9. And that's it for my little how to actually get abs and my little ab roller challenge. I think I'm gonna extend the challenge out for a whole month to see where we get. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath on that. This is our last day in Costa Rica. I did film a fun little vlog, what I eat in a day, workouts that I did, packing with me, all that good stuff. So hopefully this one will be out in the next couple of days, and then that one will be for next week. But I love you guys so much. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.